Will the SEC losing on appeal against Ripple set a precedent for crypto firms? By the way, XRP's trading volume has surged to 11% in 24 hours as 412 million XRP worth $213 million mysteriously moved between unknown wallets. Moreover, the XRP price has slipped back into the bullish zone, positioning itself on the trajectory to the much-anticipated $1.40 price target set by prominent analyst EGRAG. Finally, what is the potential role of Fox's Charles Gasparino in protecting the identities of corrupt officials? Stick with me till the end to find out more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 31st of October. The recent developments in the SEC versus Ripple case have continued to stir a series of speculations. Notably, the crypto community has been speculating on the SEC's next move in the Ripple lawsuit following its decision to dismiss charges against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen. Many crypto enthusiasts believe that the move sets the tone for a potential settlement or a faster appeal. Most commentators speculate that the SEC dropped the charges to file an appeal against Ripple's victory immediately. Consequently, prominent XRP holder Andrew Speraza asked crypto law founder attorney John Deaton whether the SEC would set a precedent for the broader crypto industry if it loses on appeal. Responding, attorney Deaton noted that the SEC losing on appeal would set a precedent that could weaken the regulator while emboldening crypto-related companies to fight more against the Commission's adverse enforcement actions. Per Deaton, Judge Annalisa Torres already clarified that her ruling in the case is based on the application of the Howey test to the relevant facts. As a result, Deaton said if the SEC loses on appeal, it can easily argue that the verdict applies only to Ripple and XRP, as no other crypto project has similar facts. Meanwhile, attorney Deaton emphasized that the SEC cannot appeal immediately. However, he mentioned that the SEC's decision to drop charges against Ripple execs could make an appeal happen sooner than expected. Deaton remarked while reacting to claims by Rand Neuner, who indicated that the SEC can now appeal immediately after dropping charges against Ripple execs. Reacting, Deaton asserted that the penalty stage must first occur before the SEC can appeal. The pro-XRP lawyer provided further insight by recounting the incidents at the SEC versus LBRY lawsuit. He mentioned that the LBRY judge issued the summary judgment on November 7, 2022, and it took 8 months before the court entered the final judgment on July 11, 2023. During those 8 months, there was additional discovery, including interrogatories, requests for the production of documents, bank statements, etc., and deposition testimony. All followed by filing written briefs and conducting oral argument, he said. Despite the court releasing the final judgment, LBRY waited nearly 2 months before filing an appeal on September 7, 2023. Attorney Deaton also noted that the SEC initially requested a $23 million fine from LBRY. However, the commission ended up asking for a $130,000 fine after the remedies hearing. It bears mentioning that Ripple could pay up to $770 million in penalty for violating securities law via its institutional sales of XRP. Interestingly, Deaton speculated that Ripple would attempt to exempt on-demand liquidity sales and legitimate business costs in order to reduce the fine. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Over the last day, XRP's trading volume witnessed an 11.6% surge, with traders conducting transactions almost clocking $1 billion in XRP. Specifically, market participants traded $818,700,000 XRP in the last 24 hours. This substantial uptick in trading activity corresponds to significant XRP movements orchestrated by influential cryptocurrency investors, otherwise called whales. Specifically, Whale Alert, a well-regarded platform for monitoring substantial crypto transactions, recently documented the transfer of 412,300,000 XRP. At the moment of this transfer, the transaction held a value of $213,300,000. This transaction occurred within the last 24 hours. However, what particularly sparked intrigue was the source and destination of the 412 million XRP tokens. According to Whale Alert, the nearly $500 million XRP left an unknown wallet for another unidentified address. Besides, on-chain data does not provide a clear hint of the entities behind the transactions. According to XRP Explorer BitHump, the source address was created 5 days ago with 6 significant XRP transactions. Meanwhile, the destination wallet came live yesterday, and the 412.33M received XRP is its sole transaction. However, some crypto market participants suggest the two wallets belong to the Bitvavo crypto exchange. Notably, this speculation may result from the fact the source wallet transferred 510,000 XRP to a Bitvavo-controlled address yesterday. An ex-user remarked on the recent transaction, "Every few days, this person creates a new wallet, transfers everything to it, and then a good bit out to Bitvavo and repeats, adding a little here and there along the way." Besides, it is worth mentioning that Bitvavo is renowned for moving XRP about unknown wallets. Last week, the exchange moved 409 million XRP worth over $201.6 million to an untagged address. Notably, Whale Alert has repeatedly captured substantial XRP tokens moving in and out of exchanges as well as unknown addresses this month. Cumulatively, XRP whales have 1.6 billion XRP coins worth $880 million. Also, the crypto entities leading the significant XRP movement so far this month include Ripple, Upbit, Bitvavo, Bitstamp, Crypto.com, and Bitso. Furthermore, in a recent post, EGRAG confirmed that XRP remains in the bullish zone 3 days after re-entering the area. To get a clear understanding of the analyst's latest remarks, it is essential to take note of his earlier analysis in which he discussed these XRP price zones. In what he dubbed the color code roadmap, EGRAG noted that XRP's price movements historically fall into one of 4 zones below 58 cents. These zones are the red flag, 35 cents to 38 cents, wicking, 39 cents to 47 cents, ranging, 47 cents to 51 cents, and bullish, 51 cents to 57 cents. XRP price trades in and out of these zones amid the prevalent market swings. Since September, XRP has spent most of its time within the ranging zone and below the bullish zone. XRP traded in the ranging zone from October 9th until it staged a rally on October 19th. This rally saw it slip back into the bullish zone. Following this development, EGRAG asserted 2 days ago that XRP has the potential to skyrocket to $1.40, but this depends on the asset's price movements. He revealed that XRP would need to register a full-bodied close in the bullish zone weekly. The analyst's latest update seeks to inform his audience that XRP is still trading within the bullish zone, with a current price of $0.5228. This signals that XRP remains on track to seal the bullish weekly close and bolster its chances of attaining the $1.40 price target. However, the path to this price features multiple resistance points, as highlighted in EGRAG's chart. First, XRP must conquer the fierce resistance at 57 cents, culminating in a price above the bullish zone. Such a development would further compound optimism about the asset's potential. Once above the bullish zone, XRP must tower above key resistance levels at 64 cents and 74 cents. The ultimate resistance point for XRP is 93 cents at the Fibonacci level of 0. This resistance previously opposed XRP's July 13th rally, in which it aimed to reclaim the $1 price point. EGRAG believes that once XRP shatters the 93 cents resistance, it will face a smooth sail to the $1.40 price point. However, this remains speculative and should not serve as investment advice. XRP is currently up 7.24% over the past week. Now to our big question for the day. What are the potential role of Fox's Charles Gasparino in protecting the identities of corrupt officials? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Early Ethereum advisor Steven Narioff has been in the spotlight over the weekend following his recent allegations about SEC's corruption. Interestingly, he drew attention to the potential role played by Fox Business journalist Charles Gasparino in concealing the identities of corrupt officials at the SEC. Recall that billionaire investors Mark Cuban and Elon Musk jointly filed a shared amicus brief to the U.S. Supreme Court in the SEC versus Jackie case last week. Notably, the duo raised concerns about the Commission's approach to conducting internal proceedings using in-house judges. According to Cuban and Musk, these administrative proceedings usually lead to dissimilar outcomes for individuals facing charges against the regulator. In the wake of the billionaire investors filing a joint amicus brief in the case, former Ethereum advisor Steven Narioff highlighted the importance of an army in the fight against SEC. Narioff stated that as Cuban and Musk are building a case of corruption at the SEC, he has the relevant proof to support their arguments. However, he called on top crypto enthusiasts, especially XRP community members, to help him get Musk's and Cuban's attention. During the discussion, Narioff called out Fox Business journalist Charles Gasparino, asking whether he shut down his colleague Eleanor Terrett to protect those involved in alleged SEC corruption. This gave me an opportunity to call out Gasparino to ask him if he shut down Eleanor Terrett to protect people involved in this corruption. Narioff quizzed. Furthermore, he asserts that any media outlet suppressed to protect corrupt officials who wrongly prosecuted him and Ripple will be exposed. Per Narioff, it will be scandalous for Fox Business if it chooses to protect former SEC Chair Jay Clayton. Expectedly, Narioff's remarks got the attention of Gasparino, who labeled the claims as lies. In addition, the Fox Business journalist threatened to sue Narioff over his idiotic conspiracy theory. Notably, Bill Morgan, an Australia-based lawyer closely following the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, reacted to Gasparino's comment. While reacting to Gasparino's tweet, Attorney Morgan questioned the SEC's actions regarding its case against Ripple execs Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. It bears mentioning that the SEC surprisingly dropped its charges against Garlinghouse and Larson last week. The development stirred a new debate among XRP enthusiasts, as many legal analysts speculated that a settlement could be around the corner. Make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.